What's up, YouTube? So in this video I'm going to explain how I upgraded my 2001 Volkswagen Jetta's headlights from its factory original halogen configuration to an HID Bi-Xenon configuration. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll show you guys a wiring diagram that I made, and then I'll show some pictures that I took on the car itself just to give a better understanding of what it is I did, how the system works, and why I chose to do it this way. Okay. Now, before we get started, let me just mention this for disclaimer purposes. Please don't try this at home. Electricity can be very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. I'm not a professional automotive technician, so if you're planning on attempting to do this or something similar to your vehicle, always consult a professional. Okay? So with that being said, let's get into the video. So from the factory, this car came with what's known as a flash to pass feature, and the way it works is even with the car turned off, you can still activate the high beams for whatever reason. Now, I wanted to go ahead and keep that, and so the way I did that was by using this 5-pin relay. Now the relay itself is linked to the factory headlight switch, and the way it works is when you turn your headlights on, the relay will switch over from pin 87A to pin 87. And so now at this point, your HID bulbs are on, and also your factory high beam switch is now controlling your HID high beam solenoids. So it's kind of a best of both worlds scenario where you can keep your factory flash to pass function and also have your HID Bi-Xenon headlights work as they should. On top of that, your factory high beam indicator bulb on your dash also works as it should in either case. You could also pretty easily go back to the stock or factory configuration here if you wanted to. Matter of fact, on the low beam side, the harness is pretty much untouched, and on the high beam side, there is only one modification I had to make here to the harness to make this relay work. But other than that, that's pretty much how this works. And now I'll go ahead and get into some pictures that I took on the car just to give a better overview of what I did. So what I did was I took these aftermarket headlights that I found and basically retrofitted them to fit some much improved Bi-Xenon projector units in place of these factory halogen projector units, which are not very good at all. So the way these come from the factory is there's a separate unit for the low beam, and this reflector piece on the right is for the high beam. So these are going to be gone, and I will replace these with some much improved Bi-Xenon units, which you'll see in just a minute. There's a close-up of the stock units. These are some adapter plates that I had to modify to make the projectors work. That's kind of how they're going to sit in the housing. Here's once again a close-up of the stock units, which are total dog shit. What I replaced them with are these Morimoto Bi-Xenon projectors, which are much improved. There you can see the improved units with the adapter plates installed. Here's a close-up of the hardware setup that I used to make it work. And what you're looking at down here, that's the actual solenoid that moves this shutter out of the way to basically reveal the full beam pattern, and that's pretty much how the high beam works on these units. There they are installed, left side on the right side, and this right here is actually a glass lens that I found for this car off of eBay, and the way I made it work with this aftermarket headlight is I took this plastic piece and I adhered it to the glass lens using some silicone, which you can see here. And then this right here is just a test setup that I made using a 12-volt power supply just to make sure everything works before I put it in the car. That's the stock harness that came with the aftermarket headlights that I had to modify. But once I modified everything and cleaned it up, this is what I ended up with. I do like the way this turned out. Looks pretty factory fresh. This is underneath the car, or underneath the dashboard, I should say. Here's the relay that I use, and there's a fuse. Anytime you're adding a circuit to a car, I do think you should put a fuse on it just as a safety precaution. And these are the finished units after I put them all back together, ready to be installed. So just to recap, I've got the upgraded Bi-Xenon projectors, the H1 high beams, stock turn signals, and fog lights with glass lenses. So I do like the way these turned out. They've been working quite well. It's been 2.5 years since I installed them, and they still work perfectly fine. So I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. And then here's just a quick video clip to show the system in action. Here you can see that the stock high beam indicator bulb still works as it should. And this is not the best video in the world, but that kind of gives you an idea of the system in operation. But anyway, that's about all I have for this video. Hopefully you learned something out of this useful that you can apply to your own projects. But other than that, if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.